Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are looking at what is written on the chalkboard, Avogadro's number. Okay, under more concept. So what is Avogadro's number? So you must understand what is an Avogadro's number is. So Avogadro's number is the number of particles in exactly 1 mole of a pure substance. 12 grams of carbon contains as many as 6.02 times 10 to power 23. So this one is written in standard form or scientific notation. Okay, this is the biggest number. So it was now written in standard form. This 23 simply means there are 23 zeros there. So now instead, they just wrote it in that way. So now, we are now going to look at the example, okay, on how questions are being phrased under Avogadro's constant. So now, before we come to this example that I've written on the chalkboard, there are few important aspects that you are supposed to know for you to proceed, or rather for you to know how to answer examination questions under the same topic, which is Avogadro's constant or number. Okay, so now what are some of these things that I'm talking about? One, you must understand that 1 mole of an element is equals to 6.02 times 10 power 23 particles or atoms. 1 mole of any given element. Then 1 mole of a compound or molecule is equals to the same number, which is 6.02 times 10 power 23 particles or atoms. Very, very important to know that. So now, having known that, we can actually be able to answer this question. How many atoms of iron are there in 25 grams of iron? Okay? So remember, in chemistry, most of the time, more especially when you are dealing with questions under more concept, you should have a periodic table. Okay? Because mass number, atomic numbers are very, very important there. So now, when we come now back to the question that we have, iron, we are going back on the periodic table and see the mass number for iron. Okay? So the mass number for iron is 56. That is the relative atomic mass of iron as an element on the periodic table. Is what? 56 grams. That is the mass for iron. So 56, solution we are going to write from here, 56 grams. So this 56 grams is equals to, remember, this 56 is just one element, which is the 1 mole of that particular element. So this one is equivalent to 6.02 times 10 power 23. Okay. Then power 23 atoms. Then they are saying how many atoms of iron are there in 25 grams. So now, for us to know the atoms of 25 grams, now we are going to say 25. Since 56 grams, which is the mass number of that element, iron, is equals to that atoms. Now, what about 25? We don't know, and that is the one we are looking. So we are going to put x there. Okay? So from there, we are going to cross multiply. So we are going to find now, we are going to solve for x, and that will be our total number of atoms of iron that are found in 25 grams. Okay, so now when we say x times 56, we are going to have 56x, then equals 25 times 6.02 times 10 power 23 atoms. That one we are going to multiply it times 6.02 times 10 power 23. Okay, so there you need to get a calculator. Remember, in science, calculator is very much welcomed. So you have to use a calculator. So here, what we are going to do is over 56. Since we are solving for x, we want to remain with x this side. So we are going to cancel because x is equals to, so the value of x, that will be the total number of atoms of iron in 25 grams. So we are going to say 25 times 6.02 times 10 per 23. The answer is going to be 1.05, 1.505, then times 10 per 25 over 56. So x, so that number now divided by 56, we are having 2.688 times 10 per 23 atoms. So how many atoms of iron are there in 25 grams of iron? The number of atoms are 2.688 times 10 power 23 atoms. So this is how we answer questions under Avogadro's constant. There are so many examples that I'll keep on giving. Just stay tuned. So in our next lesson, I'll give you another example. Okay, the next step. Thank you so much for paying attention.